Everything that I need to fix on this van is inside this bag. Let's have a little show. Check them out. Got some sheepies. It's van fixing day. Take it inside. I'll show you everything. Straight through the mesh. Some of the stuff on the van is broken. Some of the stuff I should have fitted a while ago. Some of the stuff I just upgrade because what I fitted isn't fit for purpose. That's what this is. You'll figure that one out slightly later. We'll get that installed. Oh damn, I need the leveling ramps for that because I've got to get under the back of the van. I think I've got them. Number 2, TPMS sensors, Temu specials, tyre pressure management sensors. We'll figure them out because there's something that somebody's told me to get because they're cool and they were cheap. I don't know. We have got this. I'm not actually going to be fitting this today because it's a right fast. I had a look through the instructions. Do you know when you're driving along, your max fan's making loads of noise? You know, the as you're driving through and a bit of wind noise coming through. When I first fitted it, there was no wind noise. Now there is. This is going to fix that noise. What else? These 2 little attachments are really, I mean, look, you can literally, is it just 1 screw? Oh no, it's 2 screws to screw them on. That is going to make my festival season a little bit better. Well, for next weekend when it is festival season. This sort of stuff is going to basically fix problems that I've got. What's inside this one? I don't know. No, they're not anything that I'm going to need now, but these are. Oh wait, there's more stuff in this bag. What's that? I don't know. Either way, they're all plumbing fittings that I don't need. What do I need them? What did I buy them for? I bought them for a reason, but what was the reason? This is the most important thing and the first thing we're going to do. And then recently I've had to go to the garage again. The van, she broke down. For about 3 days I was turning the engine on, it was just going row, 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 and then it started up perfectly fine, it would run perfectly fine. But then one night I'd done it again and I thought, what is this? It's every time the engine's cold, and then it finally started, it was chugging a bit like blah, 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 blah. Great sound effects. It threw an engine management light on the dashboard. Now I could have A, put the car lead into it to find out what it is, erase the engine management light, or B, keep that engine management light on, because now a mechanic can actually plug into it. I can plug into it with the Carly, but you can plug into it and find out exactly what it was. Turned out the problem the next morning was this, a glow plug control module. There you go. It is literally just a very expensive VW taxed relay, and it controls the timing for the glow plugs, and that was gone, so we changed it. Most expensive solid gold relay that I have ever paid out for, £136 for that. I don't know what's going to go wrong with this video, but every time I try and do little upgrades and little things to the van, something's always a problem. Let's get this fitted and show you what it's all about. This is the most important thing that I forgot to install, and it goes in here. I need to get the toolbox out, but yeah boy, I've got the leveling ramps. I'm going to need them soon, so I'll get them out first. I found my Sikaflex as well. I'm going to need that later. I've just noticed my batteries have all moved. That one's come over the wood there, and it's come over the wood here. So I think it's just a shove it in, and it should just pop into place in theory. And that is all it is. It is a 300 amp big basic fuse, to be fair. That's a fuse holder that goes onto there, the washers go on, the nut goes on, and then the positive goes on top of that to fuse the batteries. Don't know why I didn't fit it. I did have it, I have no idea. You've got to be safe with your electrics, especially when you're fully electric just like this. So I'll turn off the actual batteries. It is literally a case of unscrew that, screw that back into there, so it's going to be sat like that, and then the cable screws onto there. That means all power goes through the fuse and through the on-off switch down there. And I'll do it all in real time, just like this, so that you get to see exactly how quick this is actually going to take. So that comes off there, it goes into there, so it's like that, and then this gets changed the other direction and put back onto there. Now where do I want this fuse? Because if I have it sticking that way, it's going to be sticking out the back of the battery. If I have it sticking that way, which no, do you know what, I'm going to go that way, because that'll just link onto the batteries a little bit better. Move the cable out the way. In theory, all the electrics are off in the van now, basically because I turned that the actual control module off. So if I put that on there, and then just a quick start it off gently, and boom, that one's on perfectly fine. See, just like that, nice and easy. I'm going to turn that around like that, so that if the fuse ever does go, I'll be able to see it. And that section just there is the actual fuse section itself. You can see it just in there. So if I ever do need to change it, it's just that. But by having it facing towards me, I'll be able to see the fuse. That cable there goes on top of there with the washers, the split washer and the nut. That'll keep it nice and secure. The rubber cap will go over it. That's the batteries fused. That's basically going to protect, there we go, the batteries and the cables and all the appliances that, oh god, I dropped the nut, and all the appliances that are just connected through to it. It's just going to make things a lot safer. All electric van, you've just got to make sure you're doing it all right. That's a 13mm spanner. Bolt it down nice and tight. You've got that split washer on there, which if you crimp that right down, then you know it's going to be nice and secure in the moving vehicle. That just goes straight over. There is a hole in the middle of it. Boom. That's it. Simple. Nice fused batteries. Put that back over there just to keep it nice and safe. Switch that on and see if it blows. Poof. Perfect. Perfect. Next job, provide some position. Now these come with the awning on the side of my campervan. It's the Heul awning I got off Vanstyle, and they're the legs. So I can attach these to the side of the van, and I can put the legs, the feet of the actual awning into them and lock them onto the side of the van rather than them being on the floor. At Vanlife Festival, that's the festival that I've got on next weekend, not this weekend, coming up the weekend after. We're all parking on an airfield for the festival, so you can't have your awning in the ground because you can't peg it down. Having these on, I should be able to just lift it up just like that and lock the feet in place. But which way round do they go? Do they go round so like it goes out to the top, or does it go around that way where it pushes out to the bottom? I'm guessing if it pushes out to the bottom, no, if push, yeah. So I'll pull it up, put the leg in, put it down, and it locks it into place. When the awning's out slightly and the poles are coming in towards the van, they're going to be pushing down as well. So I don't want the out piece to be pointing down because it'll just constantly undo itself all the time. First problem is I pulled the leg down so that I could see where it needs to sort of go, and I'd say the leg's kind of level, but the clip would need to go onto the fuel cap, the plastic trim, or the door. Neither one of them are suitable. You see the door is dead thin, so the screws have just come straight through the other side. Same with the fuel filler cap, and the plastic is just held on with clips. I have a feeling I'm going to have to move the awning back slightly. Not what I wanted to do. Just a few 10mm bolts, 5 to be precise, and I only need to loosen them. And then I should be able to move the awning all the way down. Quite nice to come up and check out the roof actually. The Max van definitely needs a clean. The solar panel, that's definitely not coming off. You've seen how much Sikaflex I put on all the bolts. We've got a bracket there, a bracket there, a bracket there, and a bracket there, 4 on each side. That's the shower vent fan, the Starlink, the Wi-Fi. It'll definitely need to clean though. I've had to take that bracket completely off to be able to slide it. I forgot how heavy this awning actually is, but just realigning everything, retightening everything, getting it all back in place, and then we'll go back to where we originally started. It's literally like I've got to have eyes in the back of my head, because I have a feeling they're going to come into the back of the van in a minute. I've just been shopping. Last time I done that, I went shopping and sheep were around. That was at the Long Min. They just started jumping in the van. Yeah, I knew there'd be problems. Just snap the bolt clean in half. It's not like it's a normal bolt either. Look at that, it's got that funny square shape so it locks into place. It's not the end of the world. It's on that back one, which was only made for one anyway. You're supposed to use the broken one for a cap on the end, but I just didn't put a cap on, so I used the 2 bolts in the middle instead. There we go, that's better. So now I can put this there, and it's going to be on the double skin of the actual door because it's quite thick behind there. I don't want to put it on that because that's just a plastic trim. I can't put it on that because of the angle of it, and I can't put it down the bottom because it's too big. Line it where it needs to go, mark the 2 holes. So that's the front one and the back one completed. I don't like the screw holes, you can see them a mile off, so I'm just going to black sharpie them off. It's not going to be perfect, but it's definitely going to make them stick out less. While I've got the Sikaflex out, the water, fresh water inlet pipe come off a few days ago, so I'm just going to re-sicker that. Got a bigger Jubilee clip to tighten that right down. I found a loose wire on that fuse box. I really need to tidy up this wiring. I turned around and oh, he's gone. little one there was like trying to get in my van. So we're going to test that one and that one out in the morning while they're drying. Something else came with that awning, and it's these. These are clips for the winding handle. Lately, well, for the last 8 months that it's been stored, just chucked in the back of my van, it's got a bit scratched and a bit battered, and I've been meaning to put these brackets up somewhere. And the whole plan was to basically wait until I'd done what I need to do in the boot, so in the garage, when I was going to board it all out and stuff. And then I got the van weighed and it was overweight, so I can't do that just yet until I've upplated the vehicle. To upplate the vehicle is a whole nother fiasco. So apparently to upplate this vehicle, I can do it perfectly fine without any modification, but I already have air suspension on the back, so I can do it up to its maximum level, which is 4.2 ton. Now the problem is it needs to be converted on the logbook to a motor caravan for it to be able to be upplated to that. And that's because if I don't do that, then the vehicle is going to be classed as a HGV, or that the company that I went through said it's going to be labelled as a HGV, and it will need to go through HGV standards, HGV 6 weekly inspections. Basically it's going to be treated as a HGV, and I'm sat there thinking, that can't be right, because it'll be classed as a private HGV if it's left as a commercial vehicle, and a private HGV is basically the same as a motor caravan. That's the way I saw it, but that's what they were saying, so I'm going to go for another company. But the companies trying to get a hold of them is so hard. The main company that everyone goes for, they've stopped trading. Other companies are not replying to me. This other company did reply to me, and they were dead helpful, but they wanted 4 grand. And then another company quoted me, the one that I was just on about, and they said 300 quid. If you guys have got any hacks on upplating your vehicle without actually converting it through to a motor caravan, let me know in the comments down below. Now don't get me wrong, I can get it converted through to a motor caravan on the logbook quite easily. All I'd need to do is add an extra window into one side and make some sort of excuse how my table's a fixed table when it's really not, and then pay them all the money, fill out all the forms, then pay the other company more money to be able to upplate it, to be able to fill out more forms, to be able to get a little piece of metal there which legally makes me able to drive this vehicle. I've got all the driving licenses, I can legally drive it, it's just I need to have the proper paperwork in place. Do you realise how hard it is to stay legal whilst you're living in a van? That'll do, tucked up nicely up there. Now the next job, most arguably the most important job that everyone seems to forget is, well, let me show you. A new fire extinguisher. Not just that, a big one. Why? I've already got one. I've only got a small one. It ran out of date. I bet you didn't know that. Fire extinguishers have dates. You can send them away to get checked and repressurized and all that stuff, but it's just as cheap to buy one. I've gone for a powder one because of all the electrics. It's literally a bracket with 2 screws, top and bottom. Again, I do need to sort out all this wiring. It's on the list. That goes in there. It's in a really accessible place where the actual pressure gauge is on display. So when I'm coming in the back, I can just keep an eye on that pressure gauge and make sure it doesn't drop outside the legal limits. That goes down like that and straps onto that side, and that's it nice and secure inside the van. And most importantly, it's safe. That's all I can do for today. It's Friday, I've got to go to work, but we've got the full weekend ahead of us. I don't know if I'm going to be working. I should really be doing work on the van, but it's supposed to be a half decent weekend. Do I go off an adventure? Welcome to Wheels! The views are spectacular! We're going on an adventure! It's a 2 AM road trip! Firstly, I want to apologise for the sheer amount of times I'm going to be doing sheep jokes. I'm an Englishman, I don't like to say that, but I'm an Englishman, and deep down I know you season them, ready for us to eat them. But this time, we're doing something I've never done before. Normally we're exploring North Wales, Snowdonia, that sort of thing, just solely because it's not that far away. This time we're making the trip, we're going south. It's going to be a bit of a pain in the arse trip, solely because this is probably the only dual carriageway section I'm actually going to be on, and I'm only on this for 7 miles. Then it's all single carriageway, country lanes, the whole way down there. I'm going to have to really pay attention with those Welsh 20-mile-an-hour zones. I don't want a speeding ticket. 3 hours, let's go! And we just need to make a quick little petrol stop before we go. Top tip, when you pull your pump off the fuel pump, just make sure somebody did put it back in the right place. This one was actually mixed up with the ultimate diesel, and I don't want to put that expensive stuff in this. Again, I reiterate, I'm an Englishman with height. M&S, let's tour the road snacks. We have got Malt and Mowbray pot pies, popcorn chicken bites, and I don't even know what this was. Hand baked, oh no, craft baked sausage rolls, water and onion rings because I'm a child. Full tank of Dev, let's go. Don't worry, they're not really road snacks, they're more snacks for tomorrow morning. It's 19 degrees outside and I'm driving through a little village called Pant. I wonder if I'll drive through Pontypandy and some little kid named Norman Price whose ginger runs out in front of me when my foot brake decides to stop working. I've been following this truck for about 20 miles now. It's not a bad thing because it's making my job easier. I can see how much he needs to brake to go around the corners, and I just do the same thing. I don't really need to pay attention too much, but I am proper struggling to keep up with him. He must absolutely know these roads like the back of his hands. Been behind him now for 40 miles, and believe me, it's proper helped me. But I'd love to come and do this road in the daytime. Oh, one of those Welsh 20-mile-an-hour zones. Let's be careful. This road has been beautiful, but I'd love to have seen the scenery. But our park up, I need to get there early. Early as in early hours this morning. Hopefully there's going to be a spot. Now I say that because it's right on the one of the biggest tourist attractions of this area. And it's a bit unnerving that there's actually going to be a space, partly because it's free as well, so I don't know if there's going to be a spot. I know for a fact if I come down here at like 9-10 o'clock in the morning, there's not going to be a spot, and there's not going to be a spot for a long time along that road. You never know, fingers crossed, may get a good little run. That's the A470. It's a stunning road. Looks like the sun is just about starting to come up now. This is why I like night driving. I've literally seen no cars, just that one truck for the last couple of hours, and 1,000,001 bugs that have splattered into me lights. You should probably see them flicking around in the beam actually. As you can see, we lost the truck as well. We're about 30 minutes away from the park up. I'm hoping, I'm not expecting a good night's sleep there at all. I'll show you why when I get there. It's like really nice around here. I don't know whether that's just because of the time of the day or the trees or the really, really random colour of the sky. But coming up over the hills, seeing like the moody sort of mountain tops, it's proper beautiful. Yes, it's a bit dark, the sun's still starting to break through the clouds. I'm not holding up much hope for this park up because we're a mile away and all the lay-bys just seem to be full of other campers, so I don't know how this is going to go. Stunning scenery though, even if the weather has turned and it's got like brutally windy and very, very wet. Whoa, 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 out the road, Barbara. She really was trying to be Christmas dinner, wasn't she? But the park up should be, I imagine, where all those vans are parked, just there. Well, I got a spot. I'm sort of like, there's the curb for the entrance coming round and in. There's a van parked right next to me, and I've got in. That's a bonus, I have got in. Ooh. I'm forever doing mad things like this, where I finish work at silly o'clock at night, and then I'm parking up when it's daylight outside. I tell you what, these have been a good invention. Me thermal blinds, they are awesome. They're from a company called Voyage Adventure Vans, and the side ones, literally, I've got magnets all the way around the side. They just stick on. The front one is held up by, you've got a couple of straps there, you can wrap them around your sun visors. I just fold the sun visors down, both done. They're built to fit, and they're thermal. They're not cheap at all, but I've had them now for 2 years, and they're still perfect. I'm getting my head down, guys. I'll see you whenever I get up. Well, I was right about this spot. It gets very, very busy. That van, I think it's waiting for me to leave. Little does he know, it's like 10:30, and I've only just woke up, got the morning coffee on the go. Oh yes! Shout out all kind of campers on Facebook. As you can tell, the cloud level is quite low at the minute, even over the top of that hill over there. So the plan at the minute is that's lifting in just a few hours. So I'm going to chill out for a minute, have a coffee, have some breakfast, and then there's a walk over the road, which I want to go and do. We're in the Brecon Beacons, so I want to go do that. That's up Pennyfan. Then come back, and then there's loads of options around here. Down by the phone box, through that gate, and then we start going up. Yeah, so we'll go up this way, Corndew, Pennyfan, back down the motorway. I met a lad called Steve in the car park. He put me onto this route, so it's a bit quieter and a little bit more interesting. The scenery is nice, isn't it? I left it a couple of hours this morning. I want that cloud base to sort of rise so I can get a view. view's already getting better, but the clouds seem to be getting lower, so don't know how long we're going to see a view for. Whew. Wind's also picking up a little bit too. Getting in the clouds now. Joy with being completely in the clouds and in the wind. You kind of get a sense of solitude. I mean, I know there's someone probably 100 yards behind me, 100 yards in front of me, but it's a bit of solitude. You also can't see the massive sheer cliff drop on the left hand side either. Wasn't long before we hit the first mountain, Corn Dhu. It's actually spelled Corn Do, but it's said Corn Dhu. Only 10 minutes later we come up to the pinnacle of this, Campervan. I think it's the highest in South Wales, I'm not too sure. I know it's one of the Welsh 3 peaks anyway. Then we come down what's commonly known as the motorway run, the busiest run down the mountain. It's mental that the car park down here is only a few hundred yards away from my actual free park up, and it costs like £7 to park there. But the locals called it the motorway to take the mickey out of it, and everyone's just started calling it the motorway route as it's a pride thing. It's weird. That was as good as expected, to be fair. What's going on with my head? Hey, that looks quite smart, to be fair. Yeah, I've come accustomed to not having views on top of mountains, and I managed to take 2 off. Quite chuffed with that. It was as good as I expected. Been wanting to do that for years. Just the people that want to do it with me keep saying you're gonna have to wait until we can come with you, and then they never make the time to come with you, so I just went on my own. Nobody will do it with you, do it yourself. I need a 5-minute little plod down to the van, get myself dry and all sorted, and then we'll head off to somewhere else. Home sweet home. Yes, I was planning to do that 4 waterfalls walk, but I've just seen all the reviews from it and it's saying it's gorgeous and everything, but the roads getting there are horrendous. I've gone on Google Street View, and yeah, it's a bit sketchy with all the traffic coming out on a Saturday as well. So I'm going to scrap that idea off. It gives me an excuse to come back again midweek, I'd guess. I'm going to head up tonight's park up. We've got a nice viewpoint park up. Remember yesterday when I said I wanted to drive that road in the daytime? Well, that's exactly what I'm doing now while I'm heading into central Wales. Admittedly, it's not as nice as I thought it would be. Okay then, maybe I was wrong. It's actually stunning. I mean, just look at this for a little cute village. That's wow nice. It's like proper quintessential little Welsh, isn't it? I mean, it is glorious, gorgeous. Yeah, we've got one of those fiery balls in the sky now. But the wind has picked up, and this spot that we're planning on parking at tonight is sort of like an exposed viewpoint. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we'll get there and find out. Not a bad little spot, is it? I mean, I can't pronounce the name of the reservoir, but it's a viewpoint for it. Now on the picture all the vans were sideways, just like that one there, but I fit in this spot lengthways, so I'm just going to do that. It's 7:30 the next morning. That's my view. What a stunning little wake up. This next place I'm going to is Heul Forest. It's one of those TikTok famous places that's got super narrow roads going down there and only a small car park. So I figured if I go down there at 7:30, then at least I can guarantee to get in near enough. But the super narrow roads are quite a long way to get there on these super narrow roads, not twisty and stuff like that. Everyone keeps complaining that the roads are gnarly getting down there. So I get down there nice and early, spend an hour down there, and then hopefully get out before the rush gets in. So I thought it'd be a little bit tighter than this, but then again, can you imagine this road that I can only just fit down and loads of cars coming both ways? So I have a feeling I'm going to get down here, get the little walk done, and probably get out before all the crowd starts sending on this place. We've got about 5 miles on this style of road to get down to the parking area. Okay then, yeah, the road's got a little narrower, and you've got these little Barbaras, the Sunday lunch sat on the sides of the road. Can you stay there, mate? Don't move. Good girl, there we go. There's a bunny. Hello matey. There's cows on the road and baby cows. There's literally a baby cow on the road. Don't you run in front of... What? Come on, guys. Can I squeeze past you now? You stay there, mate. I know you're looking at me. But stay. Hello, matey. Moose. Right. You lot stop arguing. Yes. Whoa, I'm not messing with you, mate. Can I come past, please? Please, mate, I'll pay the food tax. I'll give you a carrot. Oh, look at the cute little baby one sat down there. Oh, no, he's not sat there no more. Right, now I can get past. I heard a knocking noise on the front suspension on a few little times on the way down here. Yeah, so I'll have to keep a very close eye on that. But that is what one of these, this place is famous for, all the boardwalks. Look at that for a little Ford going over there. I wouldn't like to drive that. Then again, I've got a snorkel. 4 walks you can choose. Got about an hour or so here before I really want to get out. I want to get out before 9 o'clock. But there's a couple of little cool little facts about this place. Number one, the actual source for the River Severn is not far from here. You can do a walk from here to go find it. Number two, they've got wild pine martins here, and there's a few wild boars been spotted over the years. There's ospreys kicking around too, and most of all, it's accessible. Just listen to that, the birds, the river. Happy place. Look at that for a little viewpoint, watching over the waterfall. Hey, that's quite cool to be fair. Look at that. Proper sort of mythical, foresty sort of feeling. If I don't see anything nice, the fairies are going to come out and batter me. If a tree falls in the woods and nobody's around to hear it, does it make a noise? It's a classic debate, isn't it? Oh, that was a nice quick little walk. Time to get out of here before the crowds ascend. And just hope my front suspension actually lasts for the duration getting out of here. Can you imagine that little single track road if I broke down right in the middle of that actual road on a Sunday where everyone's going to start coming down here? Back up in the northwest, ready for work later. Getting the last of my daily steps in before I do start work, and then tomorrow we'll crack on with everything else we need to get fixed on that van. We've only got a few days until Vanlife Festival when I need to get that van sorted by. That includes drilling another hole into my wastewater tank that I have a feeling is full and blocked so it won't drain. So you can imagine me drilling a hole into it and then it just gushes dirty water out all over me. It's not stopped raining for like 2 days now. It kind of sucks because the rest of the work I need to do on the van is all outside. Yeah, I ran out of time just as I need to get the essentials done and the sun comes out. Just gonna have to leave the TPMS sensors and the wastewater system until another day. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you're new around here and you've enjoyed it, please subscribe.